Hello, my friends, and welcome back to another episode of Sky Factory 3.0. I believe we're on episode number 42. All right, before we get started, I want to ask you a big favor, huge favor. If you watch this video, give me a like. I am trying to build my subscription base, and it's just stagnated right now. So just take a moment, click the like down below, and show me some love. I would love to get 50 likes. I've never had 50 likes right off the bat. I think I've got a few videos that have 50 plus likes, but that's over the lifetime of these long videos. Let's see if we can get 50 really quick. So give me some love and just click that like down below and help me build my subscription base. All right, before we get going, let's go ahead and talk about what we are going to be doing. Today is all about the Flux Network system, and let's go ahead and look at it. This is everything about the Flux Network. It's really not much. It's hard to see because it's all dark. Basically, there's three main things. There is a Flux Plug, a Flux Point, and then the Flux Controller. And if you want to store some of the energy, there's also three levels of storage. There's the basic storage, the Herculean storage, and the Gargantuan storage. And then this other stuff is just used to build all the other components. Let's go show you what the components we are going to build today. This first thing you see right here is the control unit, the Flux Control Unit. It controls all our systems. We will rename our system in today's episode, and then you can see everything that we have hooked up to it right now. It's just like the centralized computer. And of course, I overdo it. I built the Gargantuan storage unit. It actually holds 128 million RFs. That is almost a lot. It's actually, it used to be a lot. Now it's not going to be much because we're going to get into things that uses a million RF to just create something in the next few episodes. And then of course, this is how it actually leaves our reactor. This is called a Flux Plug. Again, I renamed it to our Reactor Flux Plug. We'll get into that in today's episode. So this is actually the sending unit. And to have a sending unit, you have to receive it somewhere. This doesn't need a receiver or a sender. It automatically hooks up. The receiving unit I put down here. I disconnected our generator in this episode, and I put the Flux receiving unit, which is called the Flux Point, right here, just feeding into our system somewhere. So now we have our Flux Point, and it's just called the main Flux Point. So that is what we are going to work on today, and hopefully everything will work out fine. All right, my friends, let's get to the supply list and what we need to make everything work in today's episode. All right, now you've seen what we're going to build with the Flux Network. Let me go ahead and show you what we need for today's episode. Basically, all we need, this is everything there is in the Flux Network. These first three items are stuff that's used to build these next items. All right, so you got basically the Flux block, the Flux, the actual Flux, and then the Flux core. And the Flux is just made from redstone. And then they make the Flux Plug, which sends the energy. They make the Flux Point, which receives energy. Then we get our Flux Controller that controls everything. And then we got three sizes of storage. A basic Flux storage, just for our energy. And then we got the Herculean Flux storage. And then we got the Gargantuan, Flux storage. So yeah, that's everything there is into this mod pack. And to build just one of these, the Flux Plug, the Flux Point, and the controller, all you need is this top part up here, which is the 37 obsidian, the blaze powder, the ender pearl. Sorry, my brain's just froze for a minute there. Block of redstone, and then some more redstone, a stack in 4. So that's all you need if you want to just make this first part. Now, of course, I have to make the Gargantuan Flux storage system, and to do that, we need all this down here. We have all this redstone, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 5, so that's 30 stacks plus 4. That's a lot of redstone. Plus we need all this obsidian. Again, it's going to be 12, 13 and a half stacks of obsidian. Yeah, and you can count the rest. The ender pearls, the blaze powder, and then the glass. That's just crazy. Now I will tell you, I got most of mine from my essence farm, my mystical agriculture. You can see this was up to 1024. I used most of it, and it's built back a little bit. And my redstone, I think it's down to less than a stack now. It was actually a little bit lower than that. So I've gotten all my resources basically from that. I think I grabbed a few redstone stacks from this. So that is what you need for today's episode. Let's go ahead and get started crafting it. The first thing I want to do Well, this is also hooked up to my refined storage system. We're gonna go ahead and look in here, and you can also see another way of looking at it. It's 2013, I believe it is, or 2012. I think it's 2012. It's hard to read. Redstone, and then we got 901 obsidian, and then we got, let's see, 225 ender pearls, 225 blaze powders, and that's 96 glass panes, excuse me. And of course, you got the cherry on top, a block of redstone. All right, that's to make everything. That's the storage and everything. All right, so just go ahead. First thing I want to do is we're going to make this, and I'll show you why in just a minute. You know, it's flint and steel. We'll need that in just a minute. I'm going to go ahead and grab all this redstone and bring it down real quick. As soon as I get it down, we'll be right back. All right, all that redstone barely fits into my inventory. Now, there's two ways that we can go about it. And, you know, you can actually go here, and you can put, that's a half stack in there. And you can smelt this stuff. This is the redstone. It goes into flux, and that's how you go into it. And it's actually going into my chest over here. Or you can do it this way, which is a little bit quicker. You just take a flint and steel, light a fire, and just throw it into the fire. And let's see if I get a little closer. That way, a magnet picks it up. And it's still not picking it up. Why aren't you picking it up? There we go. Or is it? There we go. Oh, I don't have. Do I have my magnet on? Yeah. That's weird. All right, so we just keep on throwing this stuff into the fire. It should come right back, and it turns it into flux. We can do this probably faster than that half stack can get done over there. The fire will go out in just a minute. We'll just have to relight it. It's not a big deal. Let's see how much I can get done before the fire goes out. Oh, there it goes. Fire's out. Just light it again, and we'll get more flux. All right. Let's take a second. I think I'm still missing some. Let's see. Nope, we got it all back. And this is done too, half stack. But could you imagine putting all that through that? That would drive me crazy. All right, so we have everything we need here. This is our flux. Let's go ahead and put it back into the system. There we go. Missed one. And so now what we're going to do is change the ender pearls into eyes of enders. Just use them all up. There we go. Throw those back into the system. And the next thing we need to build are these, what's the flux cores, which is the obsidian, the flux, and the eyes of enders. And we're just going to use everything up. Because we're going to use up all these eyes, and that is my limit, because I'm using all my materials we have here. And each one of these makes 4, which just makes a whole bunch of this stuff. And it's just crazy. All right, so we got all that. We'll put that back into the system. And basically, if you're just doing the controller and the flux point and the flux plug, you're doing the same thing, literally. Just don't get all those other materials I told you to get down below. All right, let's go ahead and build. Let's go ahead and build our flux controller first. I believe we have everything. No, we need to build these flux blocks first. Sorry, we're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to build all these too until it's completely used up. There we go. Put the flux blocks back in, and now we need to go ahead and make the flux controller. We have a flux controller. We'll go ahead and make the flux plug. And then we'll go ahead and make the flux point. There we go. And the point is for receiving. Okay, green go. Okay, and that's backwards. All right, get it. There we go. Now the last thing we need to do is we're going to make 36 of these. Because again, it takes 36 of those. Actually, one of these takes 6 of these. 36 of these to make one of those. No, 36 of these to make 6 of those. 6 of these makes one of these. Got it? Yes, I think I do. All right, so we hit shift question mark on here, and we should get 36. Yes, we do. Let's go ahead and put them at the top and the bottom, and now we should have 6. And those 6 should go ahead and make one gargantuan one. Ha ha ha! So yeah, it takes a lot of material. Yep, I have 1 obsidian left over and 3 of these flux cores. So yeah, we used up most of our material. Yeah, oversold you by 1 obsidian. Sorry about that. Whoops, that is not where my reactor is. All right, let's go ahead and set this thing up. Let's go ahead and put our controller right here. And you can put this thing anywhere you want. it automatically has an input and send and receive set up for it. All right, now I have my controller down. Just go ahead and click on it first, right click. We're going to click this plus mark, and I'll just use this default name, and we'll hit create, okay? So now we have created the network, and that's what it's called, and this is what the controller is all about. And this is the Gargantuan storage. I'm going to right click on it, and I am going to just leave it named Gargantuan storage. I'm going to ignore the limits, and that should do it. There's nothing else. Oh, we need to select the network. So we come here and select the actual network. You can select it here too if you want. All right, so now we have the network selected. Now we're going to go ahead and put a plug over here. Green means go, right? So we're going to click that right there. I'm too close. We're going to right click on it, and we're going to go ahead and select the network. There we go. And then I'm going to rename this. I'm going to name it Reactor Flux Plug. There we go. And ignore limits. Yes, there we go. That way it will download automatically. And you can already tell it is going. This will start reducing down. Actually, this was full. So it's got 10 million in there. This has 25 million. And by the time this gets done, this will have at least 35 million, which can hold 128 million RF per RF. That's a lot. But we're going to end up using a lot of that stuff in a couple episodes. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and turn on the unit. The unit will actually turn on when it gets below 10%. Let's go ahead and look here. If you go here, it'll actually turn on when this thing gets below 10%. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it on. That way it can get going. It's going to turn on in a minute anyway because it's going to have to fill this thing up. Once this gets filled up, this will refill up. So that'll be 125, 128 plus another 25, so it'll be 153, is that right? And then when it gets to 99, it will automatically shut this thing off. But before we do, let's go ahead and take this one here, and I'm going to turn off this one, and in between episodes I will build another sending one for this. But I'm going to go ahead and turn this off. Let's go ahead and break this one. This is our lava generator. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. There we go. Item conduit going again. And I'm just going to go ahead and hook this one up into the system. Doesn't matter where. We'll just put it right here. Now we're going to right click on it right here. We're going to go ahead and select the network. And then we're going to rename it. We can say main flux point. Yep, we can do that. And turn that off. And now we have unlimited power going this way. And now the only thing powering all our stuff is not the generator, but is now the nuclear reactor, or the nuclear reactor, our reactor. And if you look in here, you actually see a little bit of what's going on. That's, yeah, the controller. And you can go here. There you go. And it tells you what's going on as you highlight over it. The flux type, you see, main flux point, you see, the Gargantuan storage, it tells you a little bit about it. Then you got your Flux Controller, and it just tells you where everything is. And it shows you where we're at right now. There we go. This is an unavailable private mode. I'm not even really sure what that is. Alright. So, let's go ahead and we'll let this thing fill up, and then we'll come right back. Alright, that almost ends today's episode. Before we do, I want to watch this. It just turned red. That means this thing's at 99% full. That thing is at 100% full. This is 25 plus this system here of 128. So we got 153 million RS stored up and ready to go. It is now actually should be draining a little bit. If we look in here, this actually should be going down because everything is running off of that. While we waited, I went ahead and made one more of these flux plugs for I can go ahead and get my lava going out, my lava generator. So now everything is running into the system and everything is up to snuff. We are going to work on a few more episodes of power and storage. That's the next few things that we're going to focus on. And yeah, we'll see where it goes. I'm not sure what we're going to do next, but something to do with power. All right, my friends, that ends today's episode. I hope you saw something you liked. If you did, please give me that check mark. Again, just try to hit 50 likes real quick. Again, if you see something you like, check it. If you didn't see something you like, check it. Just see what we can do to see if you can help me out here. The love would be appreciated. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them down below. I try to answer them when I'm active in making these videos. All right, it's been fun, it's been real, and it's been really energetic today. All right, my friends, we'll see you next time. Bye. Ah! Yep, I got eyes this time. See you soon. Bye, guys.